You know what the funny thing about all of this is? You know what's the funny thing about all of this? Is that people at the end of the day will defend this shit on social media. People will defend this on Facebook. People will defend this on Twitter, especially Twitter. People will defend this shit on social media. I'm going to have everybody right now who's watching. You guys know that I have my glasses on. You guys know what this means. Grab your number 2 pencil. Grab a fresh, clean sheet of paper. And sit the fuck down. And I want you to write the following words that I'm going to say and send this to Mr. Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Dear Vince, you have been running this company known as World Wrestling Entertainment from the 80s to the glory years in the 90s to the 2000s to right now the 2010s. You've been running this company for over at least 40 years. For over at least 40 years. You, your father, and your grandfather has been running this company for generations and generations and generations. I applaud you for what you've done to make this company the way it is today. A global empire. That I will give you credit on. But I gotta be honest with you. You are out of touch. You killed professional wrestling. It is you that gets by every single storyline, every single script, to every single show, day in and day out. And you want to sit there and wonder why people like me and everybody else in the wrestling community that shits on this show every single week. And you wonder why we are the way we are on YouTube. When we fucking talk shit about the shows, when we fucking critique every single move that you make, giving out 5-year contracts because of the AEW effect. Vince, I'm going to sit here and be honest with you. You have to go. Now. 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 For all these fucking cretins, for all these fucking virgins, for all these fucking degenerates, for all these fucking bubba cocksuckers in the wrestling community. If you defend this shit, starting now till this day forward, if you defend this garbage, I swear on everything I love, you are irrelevant to me. I don't give a fuck how many followers you have. I don't give a fuck how many subscribers you have on your YouTube channel. If you defend this shit that we got on Monday Night Raw tonight to end the fucking show, I swear on everything I love, you are a WWE cocksucker. What the fuck did we see tonight on that end of Monday Night Raw? We all knew what's coming. We all knew that the Lana and Rusev wedding was going to main event the show. And I've been saying that ever since the Lana, Rusev, and Lashley storyline first began. I guarantee you this will end on a wedding. And what the fuck did I say? This company is a fucking joke. A joke. Bobby Lashley, you are a joke. Lana, you are the biggest among biggest jokes in company history. And Vince McMahon, I hate to say this. As a matter of fact, I don't hate to say this. You are the biggest fucking killer in wrestling history. I am not going to sit here and lie to you. You killed pro wrestling. You killed what I once loved known as professional wrestling. I remember back when it was the Attitude Era. And we never got to see stuff like that. We never did. We never seen comedic shit every single week. All we saw was pro wrestling at its finest on its highest upon highest of peaks. But you killed that. 2019, 2018, 2017 was the worst creative years I have ever seen watching this product. I've been a fan of World Wrestling Entertainment since 1996. I remember watching my first match in WWE, WrestleMania 12, between Big Daddy Cool Diesel and The Undertaker. The Undertaker is the reason why I love professional wrestling. The Undertaker's character is the reason why I love professional wrestling. You want to sit there, Vince, and kill it in just one fucking wedding. This company is a fucking joke. If you sit there and defend this shit on social media, if you sit there and defend this shit on YouTube comments or on YouTube videos or on your podcast or whatever the fuck you create content on, if you defend this fucking wedding and you say that it's fucking entertaining, I cannot take you serious. As a content creator, I cannot take you serious. I just can't. If you defend this fucking wedding that we got tonight to end Monday Night Raw on the last Raw of the fucking decade, you are the most irrelevant pieces of fucking monkey crap, garbage, dog shit, son of a bitch I have ever seen in my entire life. And I mean that cold-heartedly. And I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. The first 35 minutes of Monday Night Raw was actually good. Until Vince, you fucked up. You fucked up. The one person that we was interested in was Liv Morgan's return. And what the fuck did you do? You put Liv Morgan on the last Raw of the fucking decade. And you put her in this Lana, Rusev, and Lashley storyline. Liv Morgan died on arrival, folks. Vince, what I want you to do right now, hand over the keys to the fucking kingdom to Triple H. Right now, this second. Because after what the fuck I seen on this fucking piece of shit show, you don't deserve to be the CEO of WWE. Hell, I can book this show, I can book Raw and SmackDown while taking a fucking dump. I can book Raw and SmackDown in my fucking sleep. You know what the fuck I would do? Abolish the 24/7 championship and abolish the women's tag team titles. That's the first thing I would do. Vince, you killed pro wrestling. Raw, World Wrestling Entertainment, going into 2020, well, I already see it. It'll be the worst fucking year in WWE history. I hope this show has the lowest rating in the history of this show. I am embarrassed right now to call myself a wrestling fan. Embarrassed! After what the fuck I seen to end Monday Night Raw. Vince, is either you give up the keys to the kingdom of Triple H, or you're gonna suffer more backlash for years to come. Sincerely, angry wrestling fan. Send that to Vince. Vince, bro, you gotta go. You gotta go. This was fucking garbage. Outside of the first 35 minutes of Monday Night Raw and Becky Lynch's fucking segment, her interview, this show sucked. This show sucked. I already see what's bound to happen in 2020. More garbage. More garbage. And believe me, if I wasn't watching wrestling, I would not be covering the show. If I was more of an AEW fan than a World Wrestling Entertainment fan, I would not be covering the show. Trust me. Trust me. This show is a joke. This company is a fucking joke. Liv Morgan is already dead. The second she came out on that stage, dead. Dead. On arrival. Dead. Now, You expect people like me and every single body else in this community to give a fuck about fucking Liv Morgan? No. 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 This company is a joke. A joke. I hope Raw suffers the lowest upon lowest upon lowest ratings in the history of this show. To the point where Vince has to sell the company to Triple H. Hand the company down to Triple H now. Now. Because let me tell you something. The longer Vince is running Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown, the more buried this company will be. CM Punk said it best. This company will be better off when Vince McMahon is dead. This company is better off now. And those words by CM Punk right now couldn't come any more truer. I swear. The longer Vince is running his company, the more dead it is. Vince, you gotta go. Now. Now. 12 minutes into this fucking review, and I'm already fucking ranting. I don't even want to cover the show. I really don't. I really fucking don't. I don't even want to review this show. But this is my last upload of 2019. This is my last upload. I'm not uploading jack shit tomorrow. I want to shit on this show. And you know what, folks? That's exactly what I'm going to do on this review. That's exactly what I'm going to do. We will go over everything that happened on the show tonight. The first 35 minutes, and I'm not even going to lie to you, the first 35 minutes of Monday Night Raw was good. Solid good. The brawl between Kevin Owens, Samoa Joe, Seth Rollins, and the AOP was fun for what it was. And then we got a fantastic Aleister Black and Buddy Murphy match, a rematch for fucking TLC, and it was a whole lot better than the match that they had at TLC. As soon as Black and Murphy ended, this show took the biggest nosedives in the history of nosedives. This was an atomic bomb as soon as Black and Murphy ended. And it showed. It showed. The brawl, Black and Murphy, and Lynch's interview that we got, that's it. That's it. This show sucked. Outside of those three things, this show sucked. This show sucked. We're going to go over everything on the show tonight. Listen, folks. We are going to shit all over the show tonight. We really are. We are going to shit all over the show tonight. Especially on the wedding. The wedding we will shit all over. No cap. No fucking cap. We are going to go over everything on the show tonight right here on Monday Night Raw Review from the XL Center in Hartford, Connecticut for your Monday, December 30th, 2019. If you guys don't know who I am, I'm your boy Chris. Thank you guys so much for tuning back into the channel. If you guys thought that Monday Night Raw was fucking garbage tonight, if you guys feel the same way that I feel about Raw every single week, smash that like button. Also, if you guys are ready for 2020, hit that like button. And also, guys, I want to thank you guys so much for 200 subscribers right here on the channel. We just hit 200 subs right before Monday Night Raw. So I appreciate every single one of you that has subbed to the channel. I can't really do this without you guys. You know, I actually feel accomplished that I hit 200 subscribers in just almost a year. I remember me starting YouTube back on January 5th, 2019, and I went for it. And there you go. Now look at me now. I am 200 subs deep before 2020. So I want to thank you guys so much for the support, all the love, all the support that you guys have been giving me on the channel. I appreciate every single one of you. There'll be big things happening in 2020, man. There'll be big things happening in 2020, man. Big things. I want to collab with more of you guys on the channel. I want to collab with most of you guys in the wrestling community. I plan on meeting a whole lot of more YouTubers in 2020, man. I'm setting up a goal right now to go to SummerSlam. I mean, it's already technically confirmed that I'm going to SummerSlam. I'll be taking Jessica with me to go to SummerSlam. I mean, I'm not going to SummerSlam. I'll be going to Boston, but I am going to NXT TakeOver Boston. I mean, most likely I'll go to SummerSlam. Most likely I'll go to SummerSlam. But WrestleMania, after what we got on the show tonight, I don't want to go to WrestleMania. I'd rather go to fucking NXT TakeOver Boston in August. I'd rather go there. Anyways, guys, if you guys are new to the channel, or leave a comment down below your frustration, because I know everybody and their grandmother is pissed off about this fucking show tonight. Everybody is, especially with the fucking Lana and Lashley wedding that we got. Everybody and their mother is pissed off. So leave a comment down below your frustrations on this wedding. Also, if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to show your support. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on bells, guys, for all notifications. We are on the road to 300, folks. We are on the road to 300. So leave a comment down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn on that bell for all notifications. Episode 65 of the Reality Podcast is live on the channel right now. We got what was the title for the podcast for yesterday, which was for Sunday. Can you believe I recorded that video at fucking 4 o'clock in the morning? Jesus Christ. New betting favorite for WrestleMania 36 main event has been revealed. This is episode 65 of the Reality Podcast. Link to this video will be in the annotation above that you see on the upper hand corner of your screen. Also, check out SmackDown Live Review. Link to this video will be in the annotation above that you see on the upper hand corner of your screen. Also, guys, this is the official home of the Reality Podcast, so make sure you are following me on social media. Instagram, at your boy Chris YT. Twitter, Chris from Loring. And Snapchat, Chris was hated. And like I said, folks, if you guys are enjoying the content, be sure to show your support. Hit that subscribe button down below and turn on those guys for all notifications as we are on the road to 300 subs right here on the channel. Now, before anything, I want to give a shout out to Cyrex, man. Cyrex, I know you're watching. I know. Our Patriots is the fucking third seed. I know. But don't worry. Jessica is pissed off because the Cowboys didn't make the playoffs. As right now, she's telling me to shut up because I'm on the phone with her while I'm recording this. So, yeah. There you go. Anyways. Cyrex, man, he's the man here on the channel. He's the reason why this channel looks good. With all the layouts, the thumbnails, and everything else, the banners. He makes your channel look good. You guys need any YouTube banners, layouts, thumbnails, logos, album covers, t-shirt designs, all that good stuff. Hit up my boy Cyrex. His Twitter will be down below in the description. His Twitter is SRXGFX. Once again, his Twitter is SRXGFX on Twitter. Cyrex, shout out to you, bro. Hope you enjoy your weekend. And let me know. Text me, bro. How was your birthday, bro? If you're watching. Text me how was your birthday. I know your birthday was on, I believe, Saturday. So, happy birthday to Cyrex, man, if I haven't said it already. Happy birthday to my brother Cyrex, man. Love you, bro. Hope you had a good time for your birthday. Hit me up with anything. Monday Night Raw. Oh boy, I do not even want to cover this show at this fucking point. I really don't. I really fucking don't. The final Raw of the decade, live from Hartford, Connecticut, opens with Kevin Owens storming his way to the ring. The official Twitter of World Wrestling Entertainment tweeted, he's at Fight Owens Fight, and he's got a lot on his mind heading into 2020, just like everybody else does after what the fuck happened in the fucking end of this fucking show. We all have a lot on our mind. We all do. We all do. KO means business tonight, and he says he has some fireworks for the new year. And why? Owens directs us to a video on the Tron, despite Seth Rollins' heel turn, as well as AOP's beatdown on Samoa Joe last week, who isn't on commentary tonight. I did report it on the podcast yesterday that Samoa Joe's last day on commentary was last week. Was the tape show on December 23rd. That was the tape show from last week. Owens says Seth and the AOP have been running Raw the past few weeks, and he knows it better than anyone. KO says he keeps getting beat up, but that's fine because he's going to continue calling them out until he takes one of them down. Owens says what isn't fine is that last week, Seth and AOP attacked a man he respects more than most, which is Rey Mysterio. He says that he says they left Rey lying, and that contributed to him losing the U.S. Championship last week at a house show at Madison Square Garden, and we do see the footage of Andrade winning the U.S. title. Rollins, Akam, and Rezar come out, and I don't know why Rollins still has pyro in his fucking entrance. He's a fucking heel. Why is a heel like Seth Rollins having pyro in his entrance? Don't know why. Rollins says that what Kevin still fails to see is that he isn't the bad guy. He's ushering in a new era, and it has to be done. He says Owens has left him no choice but to unforce his will. Yeah, I have no other fucking choice to not only watch this fucking show, but review this show as well. So, Mr. Rollins, sit down and shut the fuck up. Owens wastes no time and runs up the ramp, but gets clobbered by AOP. They force him back into the ring and beat him down in the corner as Rollins berates him. All of a sudden, Samoa Joe's music hits the PA system, and out comes the bulldozer like a freight train. Now, Samoa Joe did come out to a huge pop. He did come out to a pretty good pop. Joe kicks Akam on the ramp and tosses Razor into the barricade. The crowd gets all riled up as Rollins motions for Joe to get in the ring, and he runs in and attacks him. Joe starts choking Seth, but AOP returned to beat him down. Owens grabs a chair and starts teeing off on Akam and Razor, but Seth attacks him. All 5 men brawl until dozens of security guards come down to separate everyone. They pull Rollins from the ring, but Owens gets on the top rope, hits a senton onto all of them. Yeah, the big fucking pull, a superstar spot again here on Monday Night Raw. So that was it. Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. The brawl was fun for what it was. That's all I'm gonna say about that. The brawl was fun for what it was. Joe looked good. KO looked good. We just need another fucking segment for Seth Rollins on why he fucking aligned himself with AOP. We still haven't got that answer. Why did Rollins align himself with the AOP? What is his purpose? What is this stable's name? I'm gonna fucking start guessing here. They're gonna call themselves the Enforcers. Because Rollins, in every single promo, he's been saying the word enforced. So I'm guessing he's going to start calling themselves the Enforcers on Monday Night Raw. That's what I'm going to guess here on their stable name. But this was fun. I'm not going to lie to you. This was fun for what it was. KO got his shit in. Joe looked great coming out of injury. He looked really good. Not going to lie to you. He looked the best as he's ever looked. But KO and Joe, 2 natural-born heels as baby faces. I'm starting to get used to KO being a babyface, but Samoa Joe as a babyface, that's something I'm going to have to get used to because Joe now, he's back. The crowd he's over now with the crowd. He's over with the crowd. People loved him on commentary. I think that's what got him over, was the fact that his commentary, he sounded very, very good on commentary. And then not only that, Samoa Joe is an incredible name. Samoa Joe is an incredible name. Joe will not move the needle on Monday Night Raw, but he's desperately needed on Monday Night Raw. That's what I'm going to say right now. Joe is desperately needed on Monday Night Raw. That's just my honest opinion. But other than that, this segment was fun for what it was. It really was fun. It was fun for what it was. Now are we getting a 6-man tag between Rollins and AOP versus Joe, Owens, and Mysterio? We don't know. Maybe we'll get that on Monday Night Raw. I definitely see all 6 men in the Rumble match representing Raw. I do see all those men competing in the men's Rumble. But when are we going to get this 6-man tag? That's what I want to know. Will we get this on Raw? Will we get this at the Rumble? We don't know. Nadie sabe. Nobody knows. So we return to replays of what just went down. Joe and Kevin are sitting backstage. Charlie Caruso comes in and asks Joe why he would get involved in this. Joe says he didn't have a choice. Seth chose for him to be involved. Joe yells that Seth made a choice to never be safe again. He made a choice that Kevin Owens will never be friendless again. Owens gets up and says he's never known a badder man than Samoa Joe, and he means that in a good way. He wouldn't have anyone else beside him. Security guards come in and stand behind him. Owens says it seems like every week he's being escorted from the building, but tonight they've accomplished everything they could. So now they have a week to think about what to do next. So this is the part where I was laughing at what Samoa Joe said. I was laughing at what Samoa Joe said earlier. And honestly, what he said was just fucking hilarious. Let me find what he said, because it's not in my notes. I forgot to put it down on my notes. I really forgot to put it down on my notes. So the security guards are surrounding KO and Samoa Joe. And Samoa Joe says, boys, I'm going to keep this real simple. Anyone touches me, you won't be able to feel with your fingers anymore. Then he left. And then Kevin Owens sarcastically says, Happy New Year. Just fucking hilarious. One thing about Joe that I love the most about him is the way that he's a great talker. He's a great talker. He's an incredible promo. Like when you listen to Samoa Joe talk, you stop what you're doing and you listen to the man talk. You take him serious when he talks on that microphone. You take him serious. That man is a legend on the microphone. A legend. But let's see how this goes. For some reason, I was thinking, Joe is Samoan. Probably, I think from what I believe, so I may be wrong on this. I know Joe is Samoan. Akam and Razor, are they Samoan? I think they're Samoan. And then you got Seth Rollins there. What if Joe was to turn heel on Kevin Owens? And then Joe aligns himself with Rollins and AOP, because over the last couple of weeks while Joe was on commentary, he was putting over Rollins and AOP. He was putting them over. Like, oh, you shouldn't be messing with them and shit, you know. They're forced to be reckoning with. Stuff like that. That's what Joe was saying when he was on commentary. So, that's just me. I could be wrong, but maybe Joe turns heel on Kevin Owens. Maybe he does. I don't know. Maybe he does, but let's see what happens. Maybe he does. I don't know, but let's see what happens from here on there. We get a TLC rematch between Aleister Black and Buddy Murphy. Now, I said this on Twitter. This match that we got on Raw tonight was better than the match that they got at TLC. This match was great. This match was awesome. I fucking love this matchup. Black wins again. I mean, obviously, you have to build up Aleister Black in 2020, especially if you want to push him towards a U.S. title, or maybe, keeping my fingers crossed, a WWE Championship reign in 2020. Keeping my fingers crossed. So Black wins. Buddy stomps on Black and then climbs the ropes. Aleister climbs up top with Murphy, but Buddy gets suplexed off. Murphy hits a sunset flip, rolls through, hits a powerbomb for a near fall. Murphy lifts Black up with his foot, mocking him, but Black attacks the leg. Buddy hits a super kick, then both men exchange shots. Fantastic spot there. Teep from Black sends Murphy into the ropes. Then he comes back with a switch knee. Buddy grabs Black, but gets caught with a brainbuster, and both men are down. The fans are giving him a standing ovation because the match is fucking fantastic at that point. Black lifts Aleister, or Murphy, with his boot and swings for Black Mass, but Murphy avoids it, hits a switch knee, then looks for Murphy's low, but Aleister counters with a roll-up. Buddy kicks out, both men get up, and Black connects with a Black Mass. Aleister doesn't go for the cover, though. He slowly lifts Murphy with his foot, hits a second Black Mass for the 1, 2, 3. Black wins. He stays undefeated in singles action on Monday Night Raw. This match was great. Now, hopefully, like I said this on Twitter, you see what happens when you put two people in the ring that we are invested in, and look at the type of match that they delivered. People are going to get over. People are going to put them over. People are going to sense that, yo, this is some great shit. We should be invested in these two men. And why not? I'm invested in fucking Buddy Murphy. I'm invested in fucking Aleister Black, dating all the way back to NXT. I love those two men. And when you put two great men, two great competitors in the ring and deliver a 5-star classic, that is what you get. That's what you are gonna get every single time. I love this match. This match was great. This match was better than the match that they had back at TLC. Fantastic matchup. This match is fantastic. Black wins. He stays undefeated. Hopefully he gets a US or WWE title reign in 2020 or in the near future. But as for Murphy, Murphy's great. Murphy's fucking great. Murphy's fantastic. Nobody talks about Buddy Murphy in the wrestling community. Nobody talks about him. Nobody does. I know some people talk about. I know TM talks about him. I know JD talks about him. I know Storms talks about him. I know Joseph talks about him. They're just fantastic. They're just fantastic. So Black wins. he stays undefeated going into 2020. We see Seth Rollins backstage with Akam and Razor. They're yelling in Arabic, so Seth asked them to involve him. They say they have Seth covered from all angles. He says management has asked him to leave, but without him, Raw will be canceled by the next match. Let me repeat that. Rollins says management has asked them to leave, but without him, Raw will be canceled by the next match. Rollins thinks he's king shit on Monday Night Raw. Rollins, I hate to say this to you. I mean, I really don't, but still. You may be an incredible performer, but you're not even a top guy on Raw. I gotta sit there and be honest with you. You're not even top 5 best superstars on Monday Night Raw. No, you're not. Hell, you might not even be top 10 best superstars on Raw. No cap. Rollins is not top 5. He's not even top 10. Top 15, maybe. Top 20, yes. But top 5, top 10, no. Rollins, you're not even the best guy on your own roster. You're not even the best guy on your roster. No, you're not. No, you're not. Security shows up and Seth says they won't be necessary because they're leaving voluntarily. Good. Goodbye, Rollins. I'll have to see you till next week. Bye, Rollins. Bye-bye. Lana sitting backstage getting her hair done. Eric Rowan walks up and congratulates her, then asks if she just misplaced his invitation or if she doesn't like him. He holds up the birdcage and says they don't care anyway, either way, then screams and walks off. Who the fuck will want to invite Eric Rowan and his birdcage or cat cage or dog cage, whatever the fuck type of cage it is, to a fucking wedding? Then we get a match between Eric Rowan and Kip Stevens. If you went to go take a shower, if you went to go take a shit, you missed this match. And after watching this match, I highly doubt that you were even invested in this match. And by the way, after Black and Murphy, this show went downhill. Right after Black and Murphy, this show went downhill. Down fucking hill. Eric Rowan versus Kip Stevens. Rowan wins with the Iron Claw Chokeslam. I wish I can do the Iron Claw Chokeslam to everybody else that was talking shit about me and Storms in the fucking community. Rowan wins. Do you care? Moving on. Lana's backstage rubbing her entire body in oil and muttering that Rowan is in love with her, just like everyone else, including herself. We get Charlotte Flair, the Queen, to what other people want to think of her. The Queen makes her way to the ring. Flair wastes no time, immediately announces herself as the first entrant for the 2020 Women's Royal Rumble match. And usually somebody would tell me, oh, Charlotte's going to win the Rumble. No. I had somebody, I want to give him a shout out real quick because he was the one that mentioned this to me earlier. About this whole Charlotte, about people being involved in the fucking Rumble when they want to announce that they're in the Rumble and then they're not in the Rumble. Let me give a special shout out to this guy. Let me find his Twitter real quick. If I can find his Twitter. Can I find his Twitter? All right. I want to give a shout out to Big Money's Life. Because I tweeted out, Charlotte Flair just announced that she will enter the 2020 Women's Royal Rumble match. Guess what, folks? She won't win it. #Raw. How my buddy Big Money Life says, anytime anyone announces their entry into the Rumble, that person never wins. It's always someone who doesn't say they'll be in it. It's like that every single year, folks. It's like that every single year. So there you go. Shout out to you, bro. Hope you're watching. She says everyone knew she was going to be in the match, so why bother coming out to announce it? She says she could come out here and talk about her many title wins, which nobody cares about. Out of those 10 women title reigns, how many were important? None. Or that she is quite possibly the best of all time. But she knows we're tired of hearing that. Oh, yeah, we are. We are 100% tired of hearing that. Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are. So she'd rather show us. She extends an open challenge to whoever wants to bow down to the queen. Who did you think, folks, we got coming out? Was it a Ruby Riott? Was it a Becky Lynch? Was it a Asuka? Was it a Kairi Sane, who's still not clear from a concussion? No! We got Natalya. We got Natalya coming out, answering Charlotte Flair's open challenge. How many times did we see this match on dating back to NXT when Charlotte and Natty was in a feud in NXT? A bunch. What makes you think I'm gonna care about this matchup? How many times we see this match? Going back to, I don't know, maybe 2013, 2014? I think. Maybe 2013, 2014? How many times we seen this match? A bunch. Well, what makes you think it's gonna be good on that road? But I will say this though. The match was decent. The match was Didn't do anything for me. Obviously, you're not gonna have somebody like Natalya beat Charlotte Flair, who's in the fucking Rumble. Has Natty announced that she's in the Rumble? No. Will she announce it? No. Will she most likely be in the Rumble? Yes. She probably will be in the Rumble. Charlotte wins with a figure 8, and Natty taps out. I'm not going to mention the 24/7 garbage because it happened. Charlotte gave Eric Young a big boot during this whole entire 24/7 fiasco. Charlotte wins with a figure 8. Natty taps out. So we get Charlie Caruso backstage with Becky Lynch and asks if she has any updates on her match against Asuka at the Royal Rumble. And Becky says it's been made official. So at the Royal Rumble on January 26th in Minute Maid Park in Houston, Texas, we will be getting a Raw Women's Championship match between Becky Lynch and Asuka. I cannot wait for this matchup. I said this on Twitter. We got these same two women competing for the SmackDown Women's Championship this past January in Phoenix, in Arizona. 2020 in Houston, we'll be getting Becky versus Asuka 2. This time for the Raw Women's Championship. This is going to be good. And I can't wait. Becky said she's done everything that she needs to do in WWE. The only thing that she has not done is beat Asuka. I think if Becky was to beat Asuka, she will be officially satisfied with everything she's done in her WWE career. It's that one debt that she has to collect. It's Asuka. And that will happen at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, which I can't wait for. I am excited for. She said her contract is running out, and this was her first stipulation. Now, is this really true? Like if somebody knows Becky Lynch's contract, please leave a comment down below or at least tweet it to me. At least tweet me on Twitter. Because I was thinking, oh, is her contract really expiring or is this a storyline? Because somebody had told me, I think it was Ida that told me on Twitter. Ida told me on Twitter, oh, just look at her Twitter. It's really there. People use social media to fuel a storyline. So I don't know if this is serious or this is just a storyline. I don't know. She says she could have one of the biggest contracts in WWE history, but money and status can't help her look in the mirror. She says history needed to know if a woman could be the face of the business. Well, she did it. And now she needs to know if it's worth it. She found out that when you're the golden goose, you get protected. But she needs to know if she can beat Asuka, and she'll die trying. That's all you need to say about this matchup at the Royal Rumble. Becky, she wants this match. She needs this match. And I'm with it. I would love to see Asuka and Becky too at the Rumble. And guess what, folks? We are going to get that on January 26th in Houston, which I can't wait for. I cannot wait for it. This is going to be good. I can't wait for it. The OC make their entrance and grab microphones in the ring. AJ said that 2 weeks ago they beat the Viking Raiders, and last week they beat Randy Orton and the Raiders again, proving that they're the dominant force on Monday Night Raw. Yeah, sure. The glow about their big wins over the Viking Raiders to point to their trophy outside the ring as calling themselves the greatest tag team, the best tag team in the world. Yeah, sure. Street Profits interrupt the OC, walk to the ring. Ford asks Dawkins if it's true that they've beaten the Raiders 3 times. He says it is true. Ford asks if they just won the biggest tag team turmoil match in company history. Dawkins says they did. Then Ford asks what that means, considering they beat the OC on their Monday Night Raw debut. Styles says they're lucky and they should leave before they get hurt. Dawkins says he would feel threatened, but it comes from a team named after a teen soap opera. I laughed. I'm not gonna lie to you, I giggled when he said that. I giggled. They begin singing the theme song to the OC. Gallows says this isn't a high school drama. He tells them to get in the ring so they can kick their ass. Ford and Dawkins happily agree because they want the smoke. We got a tag team match between the Street Profits and the OC. AJ gets ejected from ringside. People, if you call yourselves the best tag team in the world, should you be losing matches? No, right? We got the OC here against the Street Profits. The Street Profits beat the OC before. I think it was before or after. I think it was before Crown Jewel. Street Profits beat the OC before Crown Jewel, if I'm not mistaken. Now that the OC won in the Crown Jewel, became the best tag team in the world, they go on a little bit of a winning streak. Now all of a sudden they lose here on this episode of Monday Night Raw to the Street Profits. Yet you are the best tag team in the world, so therefore you shouldn't be losing any matches. Yeah, nice job signing those fucking 5-year contracts, Carl and Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. Nice job signing those 5-year contracts with WWE. Nice job. Street Profits win, they beat the OC. Now, does the OC look like the best tag team in the world? No! I wonder why. Because they lost to the Street Profits. No, Chris, just take it for what it is. No. Fuck you. Oh, Chris, if you don't like it, don't watch. Blow me. Simple. Suck my dick. Blow me. Street Profits win. They look for OC look for Magic Killer before prevents it and drop kicks Gallows. Ford knocks the big man from the ring and dives into him. Dawkins hits a one-handed spine buster on Anderson. Tax Ford, he hits a beautiful frog splash for the 1-2. The Street Profits win over the OC. Yeah, they're the best tag team in the world. Keep telling yourself that, Mr. Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. Keep telling yourself that. Street Profits are backstage celebrating their big win. Ford says they must now be the best tag team in the universe. Dawkins says he needs to think bigger, and Ford asks how. Dawkins starts explaining the concept of multiverse, but then just stops and stares into the distance. Ford mentions the big wedding. Dawkins says he doesn't care about that. He just wants to know where the bridesmaids are. So do I. Ford says it's time to get serious because they have 2020 vision. Get it? The year is about to be 2020 and they have 2020 vision. Get it? No? Okay. Whatever. And there's only 4 words that matter. They want the smoke. And guess what? We are getting a triple threat tag team title match next week between the OC, the Street Profits, and the Viking Raiders next week. Should be fun. Let's see. And then also we're getting Brock Lesnar coming back on Raw next week. I'm guessing we are going to find out who will Lesnar face at the Royal Rumble for the WWE title. Let's just see what happens. Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins come to the ring, 2 losers, followed by their opponent, Drew McIntyre. On his way to the ring, the big man calls himself the Sexy Scotsman. I think Drew McIntyre is handsome, if you guys ask me. Leans on the barricade and jokes with a fan, then polls the fans if he should be worried about his opponent. Feels like a babyface turn. Now, the simple fact that Drew is doing this type of babyface stuff on Raw, why is he turning babyface? If he is the most dominant man right now on Monday Night Raw. Is Drew McIntyre a babyface? I don't know. Sound off in the comment section. Do you guys think that Drew McIntyre turned babyface tonight? I don't know. Maybe. Drew McIntyre versus Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins. This was a just complete squash. Drew McIntyre didn't even break a sweat into this match. Drew McIntyre didn't even break a sweat in this match. Drew wins. Drew hits a Claymore kick on Hawkins. Ryder returns to get tipped with a future shot DDT. McIntyre kimps up, stomps around, puts both men on top of each other, and pins them both to the mat. 1, 2, 3. Drew McIntyre wins. Hopefully they push Drew in 2020. Because I love Drew. I love Drew. I really do. His Claymore kick and his future shock DDT is just devastating. It's just devastating. We get Randy Orton still to come. Orton discusses his injury and future. And the big wedding is up next. Viper Randy Orton makes his way to the entrance. On crutches, he has to be helped into the ring by a company official and can barely stand. Now, there was a report out there earlier today that Orton's knee injury was a work. That was reported as of this morning. That was reported this morning. The fans chanted his name before Orton said this same ballet. He says that's an old saying that means accidents can happen at any time. Right? And he says it kills him that he needed help to get into the ring here tonight. He says he has seen champions have to give up their titles because of injuries, and one man he really respects is Edge, who had to give his entire career. It's crazy how Orton mentioned Edge. Where was Monday Night Raw tonight? Hartford, Connecticut. Where did Edge announce his retirement? On April 11th, 2011? Bridgeport, Connecticut. Right down the road in Bridgeport. I find this very, very, very much of a coincidence that Orton is name-dropping Edge. I'm not gonna lie to you. This was the biggest part of the entire show. This was the most interesting part of the entire show. Was when Orton name-dropped Edge. There was a report out there over the last couple of weeks that there was rumors that Edge signed a contract with the company. There was rumors going around that Edge is going to be a surprise entrant at the Royal Rumble. There was even rumors out there that Edge could be having a WrestleMania match at WrestleMania 36. Now, I'm going to sit here and talk about this. If I was to bring back Edge for a WrestleMania match, it would be a one-on-one match. Not that I don't mind it being a tag team match. I don't mind if Edge is going to compete in a tag team match. As long as I hear Alter Bridge on the PA system and the pyro going over as Edge's entrance, I don't mind if Edge is going to be at WrestleMania. If I was to have Edge at WrestleMania, it would be in a one-on-one match against John Cena. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. But hey, I don't mind Edge in a tag team match. I really don't. I enjoyed Rated RKO when Edge and Orton was fucking tag teaming. I was really invested in that tag team. They were a great tag team when they were in Rated RKO. And that feud against DX, which was fantastic. Fantastic. So it was a coincidence how Orton brung up Edge. He name-dropped Edge. So keep that in mind in the back of your head. Randy says he's been rambling. He says last night he screwed up his leg real bad, heard a pop in his knee, and knew it was bad. He says he didn't know just how bad until he had an MRI done that morning. Orton says he's going to be out a very long time, but there is a chance he won't be back at all. The fans chant Orton's name, and he says he'll make it his mission to see someone be RKO'd at WrestleMania. Yeah, out for a very long time, yet you're going to sit there and make sure that as your mission to see somebody be RKO'd at WrestleMania. It's not a very long time. Actually, WrestleMania is literally right around the corner. If you really want to sit there and think about it, WrestleMania is right around the corner. So Styles comes out and interrupts Orton. He asks that the next time he gets to face Orton will maybe be at WrestleMania. Orton says this isn't a time or place without a mic. And AJ says it definitely is. Styles mocks Orton, saying he looks mad, but he definitely can't strike. AJ taunts Randy and says that there's not a damn thing he can do. Styles puts both hands behind his back, begs Orton to hit him. Randy does nothing, but Styles believes he's hurt. He says he's a patient man, so he'll wait till WrestleMania before he puts that knee in the calf crusher and retires him. I love that line by AJ. AJ turns to leave, but kicks one of Randy's crutches. Orton stops Styles from leaving and asks if he knows what the big difference between them is. He says AJ might be patient, but he's not. Orton then kills AJ. Orton stomps the ground, proving he's not injured at all, then poses on the ropes and laughs. I'm not going to sit here and say this was good. It wasn't that bad. It was okay. Now, people are believing on social media, that Orton's knee is really, really hurt. It was a work. Maybe Orton's worked injury leads to a tag team match at WrestleMania. Either if it's a 2-on-2 tag team match or a 6-man tag. If you want to add the OC, Styles, Gallows, and Anderson against Orton, Edge, and Christian at WrestleMania. Maybe you want to do that, or you want to just keep it a tag team match, but you got to include Styles in it, so you got to do a 6-man tag. I think we're going down, and we're already in December, about to be 2020. Maybe we get a 6-man tag going into WrestleMania with the OC, Styles, Gallows, and Anderson against Edge, Orton, and Christian. Maybe we get that at WrestleMania. I wouldn't mind seeing Christian. I don't mind seeing Edge at WrestleMania. I would love to see Edge at WrestleMania. People miss Edge. I miss Edge. You miss Edge. Everybody else misses Edge. Can you believe it's about to be what? 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. About to be 9 years since Edge's last match. 9 years since his last match. And Edge could possibly have this one match at WrestleMania. Maybe he's been working out in the PC. Maybe he's trying to get fit. Maybe he's trying to knock off all the ring rust that he's had for the last 9 years. And then when Edge speared Elias at SummerSlam, he looked good. He looked really, really good. But let's see where this goes. I'm interested in this whole Edge thing. There was a reason why Edge was mentioned here on Orton's promo. There was a reason why. Maybe this will lead to WrestleMania. Maybe. Or maybe we get Orton and Edge one-on-one. Maybe the Orton Styles feud will be having a payoff before WrestleMania, and then maybe we get Orton and Edge at WrestleMania. Hopefully. Maybe. But let's see what happens. I'm down for it. Let's see what happens. We see a replay of Andrade beating Ray for the U.S. title at MSG this past weekend. Ray cut a promo backstage after the match and said Andrade was the better man, but his attention is split with the likes of Seth and AOP. He promises that at the end of everything, he'll be standing tall. And then we'll be getting a U.S. title match next week between Ray and Andrade next week. Not bad. Let's see what happens. We got Andrade versus a unnamed jobber. I don't know who this guy is. The match went to a no contest. Ricochet came out. Ricochet says he's not going to go down like that tonight. He reminds everyone that Andrade attacked Humberto, then attacked Ray. Well, if he wants to fight, he can fight the one and only. Ricochet, you sound good. But I can't take you serious because I cannot take Ricochet serious because you're losing on live television. I can't take you serious. You're losing on live television. Yeah, you sound good. Yeah, you may look good in the ring, but I can't take you serious. Why? Because you lose every single match you're in. And is it Ricochet's fault? No, it's not. It's not Ricochet's fault. Andrade and Zelina versus Ricochet. The match was good. Wasn't that bad. But Andrade wins. Now, obviously, you cannot have your champions lose. Obviously, you can't. But this is the fucking year of champions losing on live television on the main roster. Speaking the truth. Andrade wins. I don't know why. Now, Andrade hit the Hemlock DDT. Gets the victory. I don't know why. And I said this on Twitter. Andrade won the U.S. title from Ray back on, I believe, Thursday. This past Thursday at MSG. Without Zelina Vega's help. Why do you need Vega's help to be a loser like Ricochet? And I don't mean this, that Ricochet's a loser. I don't mean this. But the way he's being portrayed on the main roster, he's a fucking loser on the main roster. Why do you need Vega's help? And listen, I understand the dude's a heel. I understand that. The dude is a heel. I understand that. But you don't have to. You're a champion. You are a champion. You won your very first championship without Zelina Vega. I had people tell me that Andrade beat Ray clean at MSG. I had people who was there at MSG. People were telling me that, oh, Andrade beat Ray clean at MSG. Why are you beating Rey Mysterio clean when you're beating Ricochet with the help of Zelina Vega? How does that make you look in the end? It makes you look like an idiot. And I don't want to call fucking Andrade an idiot. I really don't. But that's just how it is. So Andrade wins. We get Andrade and Ray next week for the U.S. title. The first Raw 2020, I will skip Andrade's segment because I didn't watch it. First Raw 2020 next week will feature Brock Lesnar as well as a U.S. title match and a triple threat tag team championship match next week. Now we get to the worst segment in Monday Night Raw history. The worst segment in Raw history. We get to the wedding. And this, folks, I'm not even going to sit here and lie to you. This was the worst fucking segment. The worst segment in Raw history. Matter of fact, I'm going to just put my glasses back on because there was just no point there. We get the worst segment. We get the worst segment in the history of the show. Lashley's out. Lana's out. The wedding ceremony gets underway. But Lana doesn't like what the officiate says, so she yells at him. The fans chant for Rusev, and she screams that it isn't about him. The officiate continues on before allowing them to express their personal vows. Lana again yells at the fans and to stay quiet because this is her day, and it's all about her. She said this is the luckiest day of Bobby's life because he's marrying the greatest woman. No. That's not what Lana said. Lana said that she is the greatest superstar of all time. And I tweeted this out on Twitter. So Lana just said that Lashley is marrying the greatest superstar in WWE history. I didn't know that Bobby Lashley was marrying The Undertaker. Last time I checked, Lana, The Undertaker is the greatest WWE superstar of all time. And nobody is going to argue with me on that. No one is. No one is. So, Lana, your choice of words there, not good. Not good. Not good. Lana's chance, Lana Day. She says we're just 24 hours away from a brand new decade, and all of Lashley's life has led to this moment. This is an apex. She says she just wants to jump on him and make love right now. So she jumps on him and kisses him. The officiate asks Lashley to read his vows, and Lana says she worked so hard on the vows, he now will read it to her. Now, when Lana was kissing Lashley and shit, and she came out to her side of the ring, she looked like somebody took a fucking shit in her forehead. She had brown shit all over her fucking face and her nose. She looked like somebody took a fucking dump on her forehead. Not gonna lie to you. The officiant asked Lashley to read his vows, and Lana said she worked so hard on the vows, he now will read it to her. Bobby's vows says he is the luckiest man on the planet, and not because he's about to marry the most successful superstar in WWE history. What the fuck has Lana accomplished? The fact that she's marrying a guy with a BBC? What the fuck did Lana accomplish? Nothing. And an incomparable woman. The fans chant, what? But Lana says the question should be who? And that is her. Lashley reads similar vows to what she said about this being the greatest moment of his life. It's time to do the rings, and the officiant reminds them of their purpose and meaning. I will just completely skip that. I will completely fucking skip that. Skip that because it's not worth going after. So, just when they're about to do the rings, right? A random guy walks out in a suit and objects. I'm asking, who the fuck is this clown? He says this whole wedding is a scam and cannot go on. He says he gets in the ring and says he's actually Lana's first husband. He says he and Lana got married when she turned 18. So Lana, you're getting married at age 18? Wow, you're rushing shit real quick there. Really does say a lot about you. Then she left him when she met Rusev. Lana tells him to leave, but the guy says Lana left Rusev for this son of a bitch and points to Lashley. He finishes by saying she'll do the same to Lashley when something better comes along. So Lashley hits a one-handed spine buster. The officiant gets things back on track and asks if there's any further objections, and out comes a random woman. And this woman, bro, I will say this right now. This woman was fucking bad. She had the fat ass too. Oh my God, bro. She had the fatty. And I was calling storms. I was calling storms when Lana's ex-husband came out. That's when I was fucking dying. I was dying. I already knew right where and then this shit was going. This whole wedding, this whole segment was at the fucking Titanic. It was sinking and sinking and sinking. God rest everybody's soul who died on Titanic. I'm just saying. So a random woman comes out. Turns out to be Bobby Lashley's first wife. Why the fuck, Lashley, do you leave this wife for Lana? Why? She is one bad woman. She's one bad bunny. No cap. The fans chant Jerry, and she says she met Bobby in the military. Lana decks her on the apron, and they get back on the apron. The officiant asks once more if there's any objections, and this time it's Liv Morgan who comes out and objects. This is when you fucked up Liv Morgan. The second Liv Morgan had her voice on the microphone, she was dead on arrival. Dead. Liv says she wouldn't have made it through the year if it wasn't for their love. She came to the WWE a lost soul. I'm a lost soul just by watching this fucking piece of shit. A wild child, ending her teen years, hoping her dreams would come true. But she never knew who she was until she fell in love with you. With you! She comes into the ring and asks, how could you do this to me? Lashley says he never met her in his life. Liv says she isn't talking about Lashley. Morgan yells that she meant Lana and asks why she's doing all of this. Lana starts to cry, and the fans chant yes. And I'm like, yes, yes, yes at this point. Lana attacks Liv, knocking her into the corner. The two women brought into the ring with Lana rather exposing underneath. Yeah, she had a little bit too much skin there, Lashley and the officiate just watch until the referee separate them. Officials pull Liv from the ring. Then Lana instructs the officials to finish the wedding. He asks them both if they agree, and they do. Just as he's about to make it official, the top pops off the wedding cake, and we all knew it was Rusev in the cake. WrestleVault even tweeted during the commercial break, there's a big cake in the fucking ring. I guarantee it was Rusev. And guess what? It was Rusev. Rusev attacks Lashley, beating him in the corner and punching him down as the fans chant. Liv Morgan returns and shoves Lana's face in the wedding cake, and that is it for Raw. Raw from there goes off the air with Liv Morgan shoving Lana's face into a fucking cake. Folks, I'm going to say this right now, and I don't give a fuck what you say about this. This Is Your Life with Bayley and Alexa Bliss was just as bad as this. If you people thought that the Bayley, Alexa Bliss, This Is Your Life was bad, this Lana and Lashley wedding tops it. This was the worst segment in company history. Matter of fact, scratch that. This was the worst segment in wrestling history. Not only AEW history, not only NXT history, not only WWE history. In wrestling history. This will go down in the annals as the worst segment in wrestling history. This was bad. Let me say this now. Mandy Rose and Otis is more over than Lana and Lashley. Hell, even Peter Parker and MJ is more over than Lashley and Lana. Fuck that. Even me and Jessica are more over than Lana and Lashley. Fuck that. Fuck that. This is a joke. Vince, you have to go now. Hell, I'd rather watch Test and Stephanie McMahon's wedding and the Black wedding 10 times over than to watch this segment. Hell, I'd rather watch fucking Vicky Guerrero on Monday Night Raw as the general manager than to win this piece of shit. That's how bad it is. That's how bad it is. This is fucking terrible. Garbage. And if you people support this shit, if you people defend this shit on social media, you are the most sick human being I have ever seen in this entire lifetime. If you support this shit, if you defend this shit, your opinions on pro wrestling is out the window. Out the door. Out the door. If you support this shit, if you defend this shit on social media, you should not be a wrestling fan anymore. I am taking your wrestling card as we speak. And you will never get this back. And that, folks, is the reality of things right here on Raw Review. I hope this show suffers the worst rating of the entire history of the entire show. And that is it, folks. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoy Raw Review, hit that thumbs up. Leave a comment down below what you guys thought of Raw tonight. Also, if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to show your support. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on those guys for all notifications. Episode 65 of the Reality Podcast is live on the channel right now, as well as SmackDown. I review both these videos will be in the annotation above that you see on the upper right hand corner of your screen. This is the official home of the Reality Podcast, so make sure you're following me on social media. Instagram, your boy Chris YT. Twitter, Chris from Lauren. And Snapchat, Chris Most Hated. And like I said, folks, if you guys are enjoying the content, be sure to show your support. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on those guys for notifications. This is the last video of 2019. I'll see you guys on 2020. There'll be no upload tomorrow. I'm going to get lit tomorrow on Tuesday. You guys will see tweets and Instagram, IG stories of me getting drunk, me getting lit, me having a great time. As this decade is over, we move forward to 2020. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate all the love and support. Thank you guys for 200 subs right here on the channel. And next week, I will say this right now, next week on the Reality Podcast, probably this weekend, if not next weekend, most likely next weekend, not this upcoming weekend, the next weekend, I will do a $20 PSN Xbox giveaway. So also leave a comment down below. What console do you have? Do you have PS4 or Xbox? I will do a $20, one PS4 $20 giveaway and one Xbox $20 giveaway. So then, guys, I'm Chris. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, share the video all over social media. I'll see you guys on Wednesday for AEW Dynamite. This should be good on Wednesday night. I can't wait. Till then, guys, I am Chris, guys. Happy New Year. Thank you for 200 subs. Till then, I will see you guys on Wednesday for AEW Dynamite. Till then, I am Chris. Talk to you guys later.